All right, let's talk about deadlifts. First off, I'm wearing the wrong shoes for deadlifts. These are not what you want to wear when you do deadlifts, okay? When you do a deadlift, the last thing you want is any type of forward lean. Now, these are weightlifting shoes, so these are made so that when you land in a clean or an overhead squat, it's easy to receive it and not fall, okay? These are not ideal for deadlifts, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take these things off, okay? Get rid of them. All right? So now I've got my feet nice and flat on the ground. If you don't like having your feet on the ground, you can get yourself a pair of Chuck Taylors. Those are great. Reebok also makes a good shoe for them. I think they're called the Reebok Power Shoe. Okay, so look those up, and those are great for deadlifts. All right? So when we do a deadlift, there's a lot of things to do right and a lot of things to do wrong. Okay? What I want to give you is a 1-cue setup for the deadlift. It's very, very simple. The simpler you keep things, the easier it's going to be to do them right. Okay? So the first thing you do to set up for the deadlift is to make sure that you are right against that barbell. All right? So if you're a guy, generally you're going to have hair on your legs. You're going to feel your hair touching the legs. That's basically what I like to feel. I just feel my hair touching the barbell. I don't necessarily like to have my legs all the way against the bar. I like to have that hair right there, so I have maybe like a millimeter between my bar and my legs. Okay? And the reason for that is because when I come down, I'm going to end up pushing that bar a little bit forward with my shins anyway. Okay? So I'm going to have my chest nice and proud. My 1-cue setup is this. Push your hips back until your hands reach the bar. Push your hips back until your hands reach the bar. So I'm going to still keep my chest proud. I'm going to have my feet right here. Hips are going to go back, 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 back. As my hips are going back, I'm making sure that my shins don't travel forward because my hips are going back. My shins also have to go back, right? So back, 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 back. Make sure I have a nice even grip on my barbell. Look straight ahead. Stand up. When I'm done my deadlift, I have to return back to the ground. I do the exact same thing. Hips back. That is the deadlift. Let's see that from the side. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a side view of the deadlift now. Okay? Again, what we're trying to do is keep that load nice and close to the body. Okay? Think about this here. If somebody had a really, really heavy shoe, and they were going to give it to me. This is a 114-pound shoe. Somebody hands it to me. Where am I going to hold this shoe? Am I going to hold it out here? Of course not. The first thing I'm going to do when I get this shoe is I'm going to pull it in close. I'm not going to think about it. It's just going to happen, right? Anytime we have a heavy load, we always want the load close to the body. The further away from the body is, the more compromised our back's going to be because that load's going to be pulling us forward. Okay? So when we do the deadlift, we want to make sure that we keep the load as close as possible. All right? So the shins are right there against my barbell. My chest is proud. Push the hips back until the hands reach the bar. 1-cue setup. Right? Push back, push back, push back, push back. Keep pushing back, keep pushing back. Find my grip on the bar. Straight ahead. Stand up. How do I get back down? Exact same way. Push back, push back, push back. Really quick, before I forget, let's talk about grip. So, how do you grip the deadlift? You can use the hook grip, okay? Which is going to be the same grip that you use on the clean and the snatch. You can also use the over-under grip. So the over-under grip is going to be something that you're going to have to do eventually once that bar gets super heavy. So how do we do the over-under grip? You're going to choose which hand goes over, which hand goes under. It's personal preference. It's whatever you feel comfortable doing, okay? Here's my cue to go down. Hips back, back, back. Now, this is a heavy barbell, right? Pretend we've got one hand over, one hand under. Still making sure that it's nice and even. Chest is proud. stand all the way up. How do we go down? Hips go back. That is the deadlift.